Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is a Potato. Winter has well and truly been vanquished, and we survived with minimal casualties. A mere 600 or 700 comrades perished over the course of the winter months. It's still a little bit chilly, you know. We still need to be on the lookout for. Oh my goodness, okay. Maybe a few more than 600. Just 600 this month, perhaps. We need to be on the lookout, you know, for deaths increasing at a rapid rate. But for the most part, things went reasonably well. I don't think that we can really complain too much about how things went. On the contrary, everything is looking pretty darn good. Okay, a couple of things to address straight off the bat. With regards to the Potato Grad agricultural area. Right, so, I know that it's entirely possible for us to set up a distribution office to collect all of the grain from the fields, and we are probably going to get to the point where we do need to do that. At the moment, however, it's not really a necessity, given the sheer amount of grain that we actually just have in these grain silos at this moment in time, and very, very shortly, I imagine. Too late for sowing, winter is coming. Yep, very, very shortly indeed. We're going to see all of the tractors make their way to the fields, and hopefully that's all gonna just start work over there, and we should be able to grow a whole bunch of new crops. I'm not actually anticipating running out of crops before we're able to harvest, but you know, I may be mistaken about that. Either way, long story short, I know about the distribution office stuff. We'll set it up if we need to set it up. At the moment, though, I don't think that we need to set it up, but we might set it up in the future. Long, rambly way of going about saying that, but there we are. Okay, the Potato Grad Technical University is coming along very, very nicely indeed. Pretty happy with that. Turistovsky is, of course, chill. Let me head back over here. Yeah, Turistovsky's pretty chill. I don't think that we've had a huge number of people that ended up dying over the course of the winter. Nope, I think that everything is going well over here. The gravel processing facility is looking real good, and it's just a matter of if we're going to be able to utilize all of this gravel, and I suspect that we will. I'm actually really happy with the fact that we got this setup up and running. I appreciate that it probably doesn't need to be as advanced and developed as this, but it's fine. It's fine for now. The medical university is actually doing a pretty great job of making sure that we have a decent number of educated people here. I don't really know if there's a way that we can get the graph for the... I don't think there's a way that we can get the graph for the area here. That would be good if we could, but I don't think that we can. Either way, 447 university-educated people is not bad. Basically, half of the entire educated population lives in Turistovsky, and it does look like numbers are increasing. Yeah, I mean, numbers are definitely increasing a little bit, which is important. The number of people with no education seems to be going down. Is that due to deaths, or is that due to people learning how to read and write? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Anyway, with that little evaluation completed, I guess we should head over to Disneylandovsk and see what's going on over here. Number of tourists is looking very good. Very happy about this. This is excellent. A couple of tourists are not able to participate in any sport. Not particularly concerned by that at all. Yep, this is all looking really good, and all that we really need to do is make sure that we consistently have food and alcohol coming into this warehouse, and we will be absolutely grand. We will be absolutely categorically grand. We're going to continue to deliver to the hotels, which is fantastic, and what do you know? That's all that we really need. That is all that we really need. Now, the next... Oh, that's a fire. That's a fire. When did that happen? Wow, I missed that one. Thank goodness this fire was in an area that I can see. Right, next question. Do we have a fire? Yeah, we do have a fire station nearby. So, no fire trucks coming to deal with this fire. How about now? How about if I auto-build this? I'd rather not auto-build, but at the same time, if construction cannot be completed in time, then, you know, we need to step up our game. All right, I'm just going to build all of this, because apparently the fire brigade just are refusing to attend the scene of a pretty horrific fire at a pretty important building. How do I fix this? How do I fix this, please? Will you reevaluate the choice? The road's not been built. The road's not been built. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. There we go. Fire truck was called and is headed to the scene. Excellent. We love to see it. We love, love, love to see it. The Museum of the Republic. Perhaps this is sabotage. You never know. It may very well be sabotage. The idea is terrifying. I don't like the idea that somebody could potentially sabotage the glorious museum of my republic, but that's okay. Anyway, here's the dealio. What am I clicking on here? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that the tourist situation is pretty good. It's pretty good, but it could be a heck of a lot better, and we're going to work to make it a heck of a lot better. Part of the way that we're going to work to make it a heck of a lot better is hopefully by setting up a shuttle bus service between this bus stop and this bus stop over here. Is that going to make much of a difference? I don't actually know. Yeah, the reason that I don't actually know if it's going to make a difference is that I don't know if workers that are dropped off here are able to walk around. Is this within range? No, this is not within range. Ah, that's because the unfinished road still needs to get built. Okay, I mean that increases walking range to a certain degree, not a huge amount, but it's still fine. Either way, we're about to finish the hotel up over here, so let's actually just see if a shuttle bus service makes any difference. Let's get I don't know, it doesn't particularly matter. 2. Let's get 2 buses. I suspect that 2 may be on the low end for what we actually need, but that's fine. Okay. And we'll start that. Copy. And we will paste onto this bus over here. Now, this bus needs to carry pretty much everyone. We want to carry workers and tourists alike. So we want to give everyone the opportunity to stay over here. Now, this airport terminal is still planned to operate at some point in the, I don't even want to say near future, distant future. My dollars are disappearing, please. Video game? Is it because I have taken out so many loans? Probably. Let's take out a 2-year loan. Let's take out $400,000. That's a pretty hefty investment, I'll say. But at the moment, we're mostly just borrowing that money to keep us ticking over, at least until we can start making more money. Anyway, this will operate. This will operate at some point. The Disneylandovsk Airport Terminal number 2 will operate, and we will be, you know, specifically supplying people to these hotels over here. For now, however, let's see if a shuttle bus does it. See if a shuttle bus allows the transportation of tourists around a little bit. See if we can make it work. See if we can make it work. Actually, tell you what, we have a couple of buses that yeah, we have a couple of buses that travel. RTO Lux, that's the one, and that's the one there too. Let's see. Let's see if we can maybe adjust the end point for this bus service to this bus stop instead of this bus stop. Yeah, we might do that. We might do that. That's just an option. That's just an option. We'll keep that available to us. Anyway, that's not really the point of this episode. I was just going over a couple of things that we should probably think about and maybe concentrate on in the future. This episode is well, we're gonna lay the foundations for what I hope to be a pretty substantial and sizable industry. It's also brand new. It's a brand new freaking industry, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on aluminium and bauxite extraction today. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. Now, where is this operation gonna take place? It's a great question. I'm hovering over bauxite on the map right now. How have we already lost $50,000? Holy cow. This is why we need bauxite up and running, so that we can start extracting as soon as possible. This area over here, Watton Wyram. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be renamed. There is a 0% chance that remains named thusly. Anyway, this area has got a particularly dense collection of bauxite. It is also right in the middle of the map, which makes transportation, resource delivery, everything just, I mean, about 1,000,000 times more irritating. Is it worth it building it here, building the bauxite extraction here? I think that it actually is. I think that it actually categorically is. Yeah, let's have a little look-see. Let's have a little look-see at the bauxite production tree. The aluminium production tree, anyway. Okay, so an aluminium mine is absolutely tiny, apparently. Absolutely minuscule in comparison to a coal mine, in fact. Okay, so we'll do something like this. We'll open like this. Sure. Good. Also, the area of effect is minimal. And how much will this give us? Maximum daily production is 0.5 tons of raw bauxite per day. So basically nothing. Presumably, yeah, a bauxite processing plant can deal with a tremendous amount of bauxite. Okay, so we need 45 workers per mine. That's gonna be a huge number. That's a huge number. That's absolutely ginormous, actually. Okay, well, I guess the scale of this operation is gonna have to increase. I guess it's gonna have to increase, and it's gonna have to increase dramatically. Either way, I don't think it's not gonna take many resources to get this area, or to get these mines up and running, but well, I say that 21 tons of steel ain't exactly nothing. Okay, you know what? Let's adopt a little bit more of a compact approach here. I kind of know what I want to do. Right. So, I think I was right with the placement of the first mine. Or was I? Can we actually push it back a little bit? I think that we can push it back a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. So this road is probably gonna get moved. I kind of want to do something like this, but I'm a little bit afraid that that's not going to leave enough space for a conveyor in the center, a conveyor engine transfer, or alternatively, more probably, a modded conveyor. Yeah, that's actually completely fine. Okay, so that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. And then let's see if we can try and pop in one of those. Yep. Excellent. And again, we're going to try and cram as much stuff in on this source as we possibly can. The thing is that I don't know if there is, I don't know if there's parking here. There's definitely not path access, I don't think. Yeah, there's not path access, so all of the workers are going to have to be delivered by road, which complicates things slightly, because it means that we're going to have to get a bus connection pretty much everywhere. Not to mention that, I mean, obviously everything needs to be connected up for the purposes of fire prevention and fire extinguishment. Is extinguishment a word? Probably. Probably. But I'm not sure. Have to look it up in a dictionary or other word book? I don't know. What do people use to look up words, if not dictionaries? Okay. Either way, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I think we probably want to, yeah, have something going like this, right? Where we try and squeeze as many buildings around like a sort of semicircle. By doing this, maybe we can squeeze a few more buildings in. It's difficult to tell what is allowed and what is not, but that's fine. Okay, let's have a little look. So we can obviously just use regular conveyor engine transfers. He says jokingly, no, you obviously can't use regular conveyor engine transfers because they're garbage in comparison to all of the modded stuff. 2 pipes, 3 into 1. Yeah, I actually think that the 3-into-1 is pretty much perfect for our needs right now. This road is going, so, I mean, I have no hesitations about placing that over there. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, it's not bad, actually. It's gonna make for a tough... It's gonna make for a tough connection over here, but, actually, why am I even worrying about this? Just move that bauxite mine. Place the 3-into-1. Oh, bleeding neck. You know what I've not considered? I've not considered the bloomin' roads. The roads. The roads are oh so important. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This is the problem that we're gonna have, right? Is that it's tough. It's tough to get. It's tough to get it right. Let's try and angle it roughly like so. Yeah, okay. I think that might give us a bit of a better chance to make this road work, he says with an air of confidence. Of course. Misguided. Very, very misguided. Build a road over there. So that's about as... Is that as tight a corner as we can get? Yeah, it's as tight a corner as we can get. Alright. So we'll see if we can try and squeeze in one more bauxite mine over here. Either way, I'm not going to worry about this too much. Oh, that's pretty atrocious, actually. Was kind of hoping for a little bit better. There's a connection. There's a connection here. There's a connection here. Right. Yeah, we need to get this. We need to get this right. We need to get this right. Why do we need to get this right, I hear you ask? It's important. It's important because I have a sneaking suspicion. Did that even connect up? That didn't connect up. Oh, that did connect up. What the freaking heck is going on there? Okay, clearly it did connect up because it was all good. Anyway, the point is, what is the point of aluminium production? Well, I'll tell you, folks. I'll tell you. It's very important, actually. It's very, very important for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, exporting, right? Very, very, very important, very, very valuable export. In fact, the nearest border, which is, of course, about 1 billion miles away from the center of the map, bauxite goes for $74 a ton, which is, in and of itself, not bad in comparison to, you know, gravel, coal, and iron, the corresponding raw resources. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. Even uranium ore, actually. Yeah, bauxite is double the value of uranium ore. You know, also, you mine much less of it than all of those other resources. But anyway, aluminium, on the other hand, $1,200. So there are only a couple of things that are priced better than that. But for the most part, aluminium is worth a heck of a lot. And also, it's a brand new production tree, so, I mean, you know, can you really blame me? Can you really blame me at all for wanting to explore this? No. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So let's get this sorted. I want to zone this out properly. What the heck is going on here? Are you seriously telling me that you're trying to transport workers? Are you seriously telling me that you're trying to transport workers all the way to Potatograd? That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. I can't believe it. Also, I suspect that we might have had a low education stall in Potatograd, and everyone is now too uneducated to work. You know what? That's a problem. That's a problem, I'll grant you, but it's not a problem for right now. Let's fix this mine. Let's fix this mine and at least get a system in place, right? At least a system in place. I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it, to be honest. I kind of hate the fact that we have to make this decision. I kind of hate the fact that we have to be this brutal. But I mean, this is how This is how keen I am to make money, so, you know. Probably shouldn't be saying that as a good comrade of the Republic, but I'm very, very keen to export all of my valuable commodities and all of my valuable processed products to my Western imperialist friends. That's actually, no joke, something I'm very keen to do. Mostly because they have money and I do not. That's the reality of the situation there. Okay, here's the deal. I hate this. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna get rid of the 3-in-1. And then I'm gonna rebuild the 3-in-1. And that is almost certainly gonna be a much easier connection to make. We're gonna rotate it in such a way that I'm 90% sure we're going to be able to have access to the road. Wonderful. That's very, very good. Pretty happy with that. And that goes in there. This road is obviously all just... This road will disappear. This road will disappear. What's stopping it from disappearing right now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't think that there's anything that's stopping this road from disappearing in the center here. So let's cut this out. Good. And I'll cut this out too, in fact. These roads, I've already talked about, will all be upgraded to be proper, not terrible dirt roads. Given that we will need to... Oh, this is going to be mightily challenging. I can just feel it. I can just freaking feel it. Or will it? It's easy. I think that's a connection. It doesn't look like that's a connection. That never really used to signify a connection. But it does actually look like... It does actually look like it has connected. So if I delete this... Yeah, if I delete... Yeah, I think it's connected. I guess we'll see. If there's a fire here and it burns down, then I guess that means that it wasn't connected. There we go. That's the... I was waiting to say moral of the story, but there is no moral here. There's no moral here. Okay. It needs to be a very, very specific location for this. And it's actually, like, really, really tight in here. Please don't take that out of context. Because this needs to connect up to the road as well as hitting both of these points, as well as hitting the forward point. Can it be done? Can it be done in a singular... Can it be done in a singular building? I really am optimistic. I really am. The road is going to be the hardest part. The road is going to absolutely be the hardest part here. Okay, try that. I'm pretty sure that that's not going to allow the construction of a road, but... Oh! It works. 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 Okay, so that's great. The next problem that I really hate is this one here. Is that a connection that I see under this bridge? Nope. Okay. All right. Hate that a lot, actually. Okay, this is fixable. This is fixable. This is a 3-into... No, that's just a conveyor engine transfer. Now, if we delete that, then that means what we can do is we can stick in a proper modded conveyor, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. We can stick in a proper modded conveyor over here. Needs to be a very specific type of modded conveyor, though. Yeah, that is not the one. There we go. That might be the one. That's not the one. That might be the one. That's not That is the one. That is the one. That is the one. It's the one. Okay. This is a pain. In the extreme, actually. Connection, please. Connection. Why am I working so darn freaking hard to... You know what? Just delete this freaking building. Why am I working so darn hard to get this connection up and running? It's a great question. I truly cannot tell you. What I do know is that I really want to go hard on aluminium. Like, I want to go very, very, very hard on aluminium. That's what I know. Does it even bring with it a lot of financial benefit? I mean, undoubtedly, it will bring money. However, the extent of which is currently unknown. It's untested territory, comrade. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's about as good as we can hope for. It's not magnificent, but it is fine. There's probably, actually, you know what? What am I talking about? You know what? Let's just not be as greedy, and we'll just instead try and get some, like, regularly placed mines over here. Okay, this is complex. We're trying to squeeze a lot in. I get it, but I think that it'll be worth it in the long run. Okay, I think we've come to a compromise situation. Compromise situation where we've got... There we go. I should have just developed a model like this to begin with, where the conveyors are parallel to the mines. I mean, that would just be so much better, wouldn't it? Ah, whatever. You know what? We've created a monster. We've created a monster, but it's my monster. Look at this. This actually looks like reasonable and sensible. But that is what it is. That is what it is. It's done now. Okay. So that is that. That's all of the mining done. What's next? We need a bauxite processing plant. That can be up to 75 tons per day. Also, I don't know why it is flickering. Pausing makes no difference. Okay, great. So it's 0.5 tons per day per worker. So 45 times 0.5, what's that? Do the maths on that, please. I don't know what it is, but I suspect, I very, very, very strongly suspect that we should probably consider the possibility that we may very well require more than a single processing plant for the job here. Right? I don't think that that's unfair to suggest. In fact, I think that that is very, very reasonable. So let's zone 3 of them. Let's zone 3 of them, and then at least we can worry about that later. So that gives us 75 tons of bauxite. We can process up to 125 tons. Are we really going to reach 125 tons with all of these mines? Yes, confident that we are. An alumina plant is able to consume 77 tons of bauxite per day. So that, oh my goodness gracious me. So that means that we're going to need 3 of these plants. We're going to need 1 alumina plant for every bauxite processing plant. Forgive me for saying so, but that is insane. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a small aggregate storage there. Why a small aggregate storage in contrast to a big aggregate storage? It's a good question. Very, very good question indeed. I think a small storage is... What the heck did I do? How did I... There we go. It was definitely working beforehand. Yeah, so small aggregate storage is just to be a buffer, basically. So, you know, if there's a day where no workers are delivered to the alumina plant, then, you know, we've got the small aggregate storage to keep things ticking over. This is not a good way to build a road, Potato. You should try again. Marvelous. There we go. I don't know which bureau I received my civil engineering certification from, but they should probably be reevaluated, because that's That was not good. My civil planning there was pretty disastrous. Okay. Alumina plant, ×3. Are we really going to build 3? Kinda, I think. No. No, I mean, look at... Okay, this is a tragically bad plant for us. Yeah, this is really awful. We can build 2. We can build 2. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I got a plan. We're not gonna build more than 2. We're just gonna have to settle for the fact that we are gonna have 2. We're gonna have 2. We're gonna have 1 free excavator. Really? Is this? I don't know why that's terrain needs flattening, but fine, apparently. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have 1 here, and then we're going to have 1 here. And it's going to suck, and it's going to be awful, but you know what? We're obviously only going to start with the construction of 1, given that this is ludicrously expensive anyway. 533,000 rubles to build that? Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay. How much does bauxite go for? How much does bauxite go for at the border? Is it possible for us to, in the intervening time whilst we're waiting for... the construction of all of these fantastic and large, great facilities. Where's the freaking border? Can we export bauxite? Yeah, we can. That's at 74. That's at $74 a ton. I've already chatted about this. Raw bauxite is 37. Still larger than everything else in its raw form. But yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we can export raw bauxite. We're gonna do that. We're gonna give it a shot. Does sort of 500,000 rubles to build an alumina plant? Oh boy, I'm definitely ready for this. Definitely ready for the life of financial commitment to building a stupid alumina plant. Okay, well, you know what, comrade? It's time. It's time that we kit out, what do we call this? What do we call this town? Aluminov? Aluminov. Alright, I like Aluminov. That's a good name. That's a good name. Sometimes, you know, you don't need Skya. You just need to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Aluminov. And then, you know what? We're gonna call this Greater Aluminov. Bolshoi Aluminov. Alamov? Almond. Sure. Bolshoi Alamon. All right. You know what? With a little bit of I guess interpretation, you could maybe identify what this area is from. We're actually hiding it. This is a high technology area that we are hiding. Perhaps it won't show up on the satellites. You know, we can make it one of those like secret nuclear towns or whatever, even though we're processing something much less exciting in aluminium. But aluminium, you know, is a pretty expensive thing to produce, right? It takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of power, and therefore, you know, maybe this is I don't know, like a key bit of national infrastructure or something. Certainly feels like it. Certainly feels like it. Anyway, let's get a construction officer too. We're gonna need a couple of construction offices, aren't we? Yeah, let's get a modded large construction office ×2. And I suspect that Alumov. I can't even remember the name of the darn place. I suspect that it's probably going to be the largest. I suspect that it's probably going to be the largest city on the map once we're done with it. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling that it's going to be bloomin' massive. So there we go. I'm also going to build a... I'm going to build a train station, like, right in the center of town. I'm going to build a train station right in the center of town. So we're going to build the entire... We're going to build the entire town around... We're going to build the entire town around a train station. Okay, so this... Yeah, this road can be disconnected here. This road can be disconnected. I was just checking. And the reason that it's going to be disconnected is, of course, because the very, very large... In fact, you know what? Let's use a modded train station for this very occasion. Platform/station. Road/rail station. No, we don't need a road/rail station. We need the Bauxite medium. Not to be auto-built. No. Big no. Yeah. Let's place that down. Let's get that in there. I would really like to sort of recreate that nice sweeping curve, actually. Okay, but if I can't recreate a nice sweeping curve, then I guess I'm just going to have to try and create a slightly nicer corner. It's, you know, I actually feel like it... It looks worse because I tried. Fine. Okay, we got the medium construction offices. Now, let's spend money. Let's spend the money. We'll spend it in a second, though. I want to get everything properly sorted over here in Aluminov before starting work elsewhere. And also in Alamon as well. Yeah, sure. It's supposed to say, by the way, Bolshoi means big, I believe. So therefore, big Aluminov, I guess, is kind of what that translates to. Sure. You know, this is my fictional world. I get to say what translates into what, right? Yeah. That's exactly it. Sure. Right. So. Big platform. Big train platform over here. Now, I think that we probably want to get... something like this over here. Right? Yeah, so this should supply all of the workers to the mining area. And then we'll get another platform over here. And this will supply people to work in the processing plants and also in the alumina factory, which is going to be built right over here. Now, let's buy the construction dozers, the bulldozers, and the excavators first. The reason being is that I want to do a little bit of terrain modification here, and I suspect that the reason why this area is so strangely uneven is because it's next to a lake. In fact, I tell you what, I should just be building with the alumina blueprint. Right, yeah, so do something like that. Let's actually move it out a little bit. Yeah, move it over here. Perfect. Okay, so get this in place. Excellent. This road, of course, can be adjusted. We can worry about that later. As long as we leave enough space for a couple of modded conveyors, we can stick in our road crossing, modded road crossing, whatever. Doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, that's one alumina plant. The other alumina plant is going to sit right over here. The reason that I said that this is going to be a massive pain in the backside is because of the directionality of the outputs, right? So the outputs here, the outputs, that's not even... The alumina plant isn't even the aluminium plant. Yeah, so the output is right next to the input, which makes this a very, very irritating proposition. Okay, so this produces 33 tons of aluminum oxide. Aluminum. Goodness gracious me, I've turned into an American all of a sudden. Yeah, 33 tons of aluminum oxide. Aluminium oxide, 33 tons of... No, 52 tons of aluminium oxide is what is consumed in the aluminium plant. So we can actually use a single aluminium plant to deal with the outputs of both alumina plants, right? I mean, there's a little bit of redundancy in there. You know, we overshoot by about 14 tons or whatever of aluminium oxide. Yeah, about 14 tons of aluminium oxide production is going to be technically wasted, but, you know, this is all hypothetical, right? So I actually sincerely doubt that we're ever going to be able to properly hit the maximum production targets. And everything is going to be suboptimal anyway. And all that really matters is that we've got a single plant, right? If we zone a single plant, then that's fine. Right, so this goes in over here. That's wonderful. That leaves plenty of space in this vicinity to link up another pipe. This is the brand new building, the dry bulk storage. Can store 63 tons of aluminium oxide. That's right, aluminium oxide. Delete this road. Don't think that this road goes anywhere. I mean, it obviously goes somewhere, but nowhere important. And then we see if we can try and get the aluminium plant down. Why am I building this? Why am I building this? This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I do not know. Just a single aluminium plant is fine. Let's get it leveled with all of the bulldozers and excavators and whatnot that we just bought. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, are we going to build this immediately? No. We are going to let the video game build this. However, we are going to devote a significant number of resources to making sure that this is actually built, hopefully fairly quickly. And we should talk about that. We should talk about that, and we will talk about that. But let's first... Do I want to start with buying the trucks first? No. I'd tell you what I want to do. In the first instance. There's a couple of things that we do need to do. First of all, we need to set up a number of facilities in Aluminov, right? We need to get schools and stuff. This is important for a couple of reasons. When people start working, obviously they start to, you know, demand things like education and other nonsense, right? But we don't want to lose these workers. As much as I may make flippant remarks along those lines, it's actually quite important that we maintain as many workers as we can, so that we're not just, you know, throwing comrades down the drain. Metaphorically and also literally as well. I don't know what literal drain they could disappear down, but you know, we just don't want to do it. We just don't want to do it. So let's get a small shopping center. I will fund that. I know that I'm already very, very, very deeply in debt, but you know, we're probably gonna make money at some point, right? You know, eventually, if we just keep spending enough money, you know, one of the investments is gonna pay off one day, right? Right? Okay. Anyway, let's get a big old modded school over here. In fact, you know what? We can get a big old modded school. Yeah, so get a big old modded school over here, if we can. I don't really want to do too much terraforming, but I really do want this area to be for education. And as I say, I suspect that Aluminov is going to be the biggest town on the map, because I suspect that this is going to turn into our primary export in a couple of years. Does tourism count as an import, or does tourism count as an export? Are we exporting our tourism, or are we importing tourists? I mean, we're definitely importing tourists, but I don't know if it really counts as an export, since we're not really sending anything, you know, to other countries, I guess. That seems like a bit of a silly point to make, but there we are. Right, so let's get the modded school in there. We'll throw this into here. I know that this can be done. I knew it could be done. 130,000 to get a big school there. Don't like that number. Don't like that number at all, actually. But that is what it is. That is what it is. Okay. Modded kindergarten in there. Excellent. Cool. And let's make sure that we get a roads. Wonderful. In fact, we might even connect that road up at some point. Road has been built. Connected up over there. Not really committed to that. Not long term anyway. Right, what else do people need? Heating plant? Yeah, we kind of need to get a heating plant, don't we? We kind of need to get a heating plant. I don't think that we're close enough to... Well, we're pretty close to Kolovsky, but I don't think that we're close enough to run a... I don't think that we're close enough to run a heating pipe. Not without it losing too much of its heat. Would hate that. Would hate that indeed. There might be a way... There might be a way for us to heat both of these towns at once, but I don't think that that's something that we should really be considering at this moment in time. Instead, let's just, you know, let's just zone the infrastructure, and we'll worry about heating, you know, other towns on other episodes. I would love to see what I'm doing here, actually. That would be truly a blessing, actually. Yeah, no, I have no idea what's going on here. Nope, no idea. No idea. Cannot see anything. Why don't we put the heat exchanger next to school? These houses don't actually need heat. Yeah, okay. That's actually like a really, really good idea. We'll park it right up next to kindergarten. Look, that's actually quite humane of me. The vast majority of the heat will be going, you know, in the first instance to the school and the kindergarten. That's right. That is right. I am very considerate. That is me. Okay, big heating plants. There's no real reason to have the heating plants super close to the city. Might as well move it out a little bit. Might as well move it out a little bit. Over here, I guess over here is pretty reasonable. It's as reasonable as any place. We're also going to need to get a bus stop. In the short term, we're going to need a bus stop to pick people up and move them to construction sites whilst we wait for this area to get finished. Yeah. I guess this is as good a place as any for a bus stop. I kind of want to make it a bigger bus stop, to be honest, though. Yeah. I really sincerely feel like this bus stop, you know, as much as I say that it's temporary, might end up being kind of permanent. Okay, so we are going to need to build that. We're going to need to build that road too. That heat exchanger doesn't need to get built because it's, you know, it's practically summer. Game's been paused for a little while now. Heating plant also doesn't need to be built. That's not a problem. We will need to trace a heating pipeline. Look at that. Okay, we're able to squeeze that right between the... That's so good. Right between the two buildings over there. Okay, let me just zone a path here. Just to make sure that we have no access issues. Yeah, that looks perfect, actually. And then back to the heating... Back to the heating routes. We should probably, just as a rule of thumb, try to follow roads about as closely as I possibly can. So that we... So that we don't run into any issues. Oh yeah, let's just go down the middle of the road. In a gravity-defying pipe setup. Oh, this is brilliant. This is look, this could go in a life hack video right here. Oh, this is excellent. Oh, this is good. Yes. My magical floating heat pipe. Yes, my magical floating heat pipe. It's gonna it's gonna travel over roads all the way down. Oh, please tell me we can make it here in one. Oh, we totally can. Keep it floating. Too long. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I know that we can do it in one fell swoop, so I guess we'll have to make it a little bit less floaty and a little bit more realistic for, like, the last 200 meters or whatever. Too long? Still too long? I thought that it wasn't too long. I thought that it was fine. It is. There we go. That's totally fine. Oh, wow. That's like within meters right there. Okay, that looks really, really good. Could we perhaps maybe apply the physics technology that we have somehow learned for this floating pipe to everything? I mean, that would surely allow us to just, I don't know, fly planes without using fuel. Seems pretty PogChamp, if you ask me. Anyway, so that's schools, that's food. We need to get a pub. We don't need to get a pub, but we should get a pub. Pub's always good to have. Build a pub. Cool. Shopping center's already been built. Excellent. Bus stop's already been built. School, kindergarten needs to get built. Will be built. Fire station. Maybe should go here. I guess it doesn't really need to. Yeah, build it there. Again, let's not build that. We'll just let that auto build. Fine. What else? I think that might be it, with the exception of a modded sports playground, which we should probably get for everyone. That will probably involve the construction of 2 gymnasiums, just to ensure that we have the capacity. Best place for those gymnasiums, kind of up in the air. Maybe here, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. I think that might be the services that everyone requires. If it's not necessarily the end of the world. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I really should just demolish one or two of these houses. This is just such an irritating... Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. What the heck, eh? What the heck? Okay. Auto build that. Auto build that. Auto build that. Wonderful. Okay. So that is everything with the exception of power. Power and... Actually, that's it. That's it. We've got transport. We've got education. We don't have a university. We'll probably get one. That's how committed I am to making Aluminov big. Very, 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 very big. Now, so that's the civilian stuff, right? That's the civilian stuff. All of that is ready to auto-build. Fire station, not so much. Not that bothered. Oh, hospital. Completely forgot about a hospital. I knew that I was missing something. But to be fair, the hospital is useless without educated people, and educated people are no doubt going to be in short supply as soon as they all die off, which will, you know, inevitably happen very, very rapidly, because that's just the way that things work in this game. And, you know, you need to constantly be replacing people with educated people. You need to always be making more educated people. That's what they say. Okay, power. Let's sort out power. Let's sort out power. Let's sort out power. I think I want to get 3 substations at a minimum. I'm really trying very, very hard to not build on the end of roads, because I actually envision extending pretty much all of the roads out. I thought that there could also probably be another road in there somewhere. Sure, connect that up. The more roads, the merrier, right? The more roads we have gives us more opportunity for expansion later down the line. And it's just good practice, you know, to make sure that we got a whole bunch of roads. Helps to inform the layout of the city. That's right, I said city on purpose there. I said city on purpose, because that's how serious I am about this. Are we going to be able to have everyone reach the school and the kindergarten? Probably. Everyone should almost certainly be able to reach the small shopping center. Might need to bump it up to a large shopping center at some point in the future. Gas station, that's actually a really great point, Potato. Should probably get a gas station on the outskirts of town. Yep, marvelous. Okay, power. Let's actually sort out power. So, yeah, this is a pretty perfect area to build an electric substation. Then we build an electric substation over here. Then we want to build an electric substation over here. And then we want to build an electric substation over here. And that way we are absolutely categorically building certainly more substations than we will actually need. But that's fine. Right, and if I didn't seem to be forward-thinking and forward-planning enough, we're gonna be even more forward-thinking, and we're gonna try and build a nice big power transformer on the outskirts of town here. Right, excellent. Let's build that. Let's build that. Let's build that. So I think we got 4 substations around here, don't we? 4 substations indeed. Where'd the last one go? Right over yonder. Excellent. So Kolovsky is just a little ways away over here. And truth be told, we could throw in another transformer or another, or a big, what are they called? Big switch. Yeah, high voltage switch. Although we could just as easily take from the other side of the power plant. Let's stick in a switch. Yeah. I think that's the play right now. The amount of capacity that we have on these wires is great. We have loads and loads of capacity. We're hardly producing any power at the moment. I mean, how much power are we actually producing? You can't tell. It's a mystery. Doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, build the high voltage switch. High voltage wires. We can do up to 18 mega wattage. Distance between the poles too far. Cool. Excellent. Now, we are heading over to here. That is a truly atrocious placement. Why do I want the big power cables to be coming over here? It's a great question. The reason why I initially considered... Does that leave us enough space to expand? I feel like that leaves us enough space to expand. Yeah, that's fine. The reason that I want the really, really, really big power cables coming across here, 146,000 rubles, I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. It's pretty important that we do it. Is because aluminium requires a heck of a lot of power to produce. We are going to need every single drop of power coming out this way via those power cables. In fact, we might even need a dedicated power source, even more so than we currently have. Yeah. And plus, this is going to be a large city. You know, this is going to be a large city. Hence why I'm really going to try and, as much as possible, circumvent the outside of the city when placing my power poles. I'm, as you can see, pretty optimistic that this area is going to be freaking huge. Okay, keep the poles together. Nice. Keep coming around this way. Okay. Well, okay, 82,000 rubles down the drain. That's a lot of money for a lot of future-proofing. Let's unpause and see what the damage is. That's okay. That's okay. We can live with that. So, pretty much overnight, the people of Aluminov are gonna be getting a whole bunch of fantastic facilities. Not a hospital though, but they are gonna get power. They're gonna get a gym. They're gonna get a couple of things. Potential capacity problem. Too many connections. That should not be the case. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, that was an expensive venture right there, that's for sure. 79%. We're only looking at this number. That number is key. Potential capacity problem, too many connections. Right, so clearly I wasn't aggressive enough. We are still having capacity problems. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's deal with that directly. Deal with that directly. Right. One cheeky substation in here. One cheeky substation in there, and one cheeky substation in here. Easy. First time. Nailed it. Okay. Keep it close to the road. Yeah, I really hate this layout, but I'm committed now, so we're doing it. This is absolutely horrific. Well, there we go. Okay, another 24,000 rubles down the drain just to make sure that everyone has power. Jeez. These cables will almost certainly need to be knocked down when we do the track construction, but, I mean, that is a problem for another day. Absolutely not a problem for now. Everyone has power, right? Everyone has power. That's wonderful. Let's build the school. Let's build the school. 132,000 rubles and 54,000 rubles. That is a lot of rubles. That is a lot of rubles. Okay, gas station needs to get built as well, and I'm pretty sure the gas station is within range of the power plant. So that's good at least. Let's link this up to the... Hold up. There are two more things that we need. Very, very important that we get them now so that I can link them up to the network. We need to get a small aggregate storage. Very important that we get that. We're actually going to build that right now. Very, very cheap too. Nice. Okay, build that. And then we're going to link the gas station and the small aggregate storage up to the delivery network. Okay. So let me get this straight. It's this one, isn't it? It is this one. It is this one. Okay, cool. Just checking. At least we're burning our own coal, right? At least we're locally sourcing our coal. Locally sourced fossil fuels. You can't beat them. Okay, less than 80%. Good stuff. Let's get to work on that. So that means that we're going to have... locally produced coal delivered to that vicinity. That's very, very good. We will also need to get locally produced fuel. We straight up don't have any fuel. What happened to our fuel deliveries? Excuse me? Krudinovsky? 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 Why do we not have any fuel? Well, that's a problem. Okay, we'll do two things here. First, add the fuel station. Add the fuel station to the list, right? So less than 80% delivery, etc. Good. Okay. Next thing, make sure that this Maz is open. Head over to here. And let's actually go to Krudinovsky. And then we will go to the... Do we not have a vehicle depot around here? We don't actually have a vehicle depot around here. Highly problematic, because we do actually need to move... We do actually need to move a lot of fuel now. Okay, well, this is a kind of unintentional sidetrack, I suppose, but it is very important that we get a road vehicle depot here. Yeah, good. Good. Last chance to buy. Oh, that's the Maz dumper truck. Oh, we gotta buy more Maz dumper trucks. Oh, no. No, don't disappear. Don't disappear. I need these Maz dumper trucks. They're so good. They're so good. They're so good. Okay, I gotta make some orders. I gotta make some orders for the Maz dumper trucks, but we'll worry about that in just a second. First things first. Oil tanker, Maz, oil tanker. Yep, let's get 4 of them. Boy, that leaves a big hole in my pocket right there. Anyway, we now have copied the Krudinovsky, whatever, oil delivery network schedule. Have we got a fire over here? No. It's just the noise of the hospital. Right. Then, at the same time, let's go and buy some dumper trucks over here. 12 dumper trucks. Yep. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But you know what? It's going to be worth it. We're probably not going to use all of these, but they will be necessary in the future. And the other thing that I was going to do, which I was going to do a while ago, but I didn't because, hey, priorities, etc. I'm gonna basically get a. This is gonna be a construction site. This is gonna be a construction site. I should have made that like abundantly obvious at the start. But what I basically plan on doing is creating. So we got truck unloading here. We're gonna have truck unloading here, and we're gonna have truck loading right over here. And what we are gonna do is we are going to use this area to store all of the resources. We're going to use it to store all of the resources as sort of a home away from home sort of situation. So we're going to have a warehouse. That would be so perfect if it just fit. That would be great, but it doesn't. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's fine. Distribution office. We don't need a distribution office. We do need a warehouse. We also need a open storage medium. How about this just fits in here? No? Cool. Very cool. I like it, video game. Okay. This can get built. 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 And this can also get built. Also, we're entirely out of money, which is a disaster, as I was not anticipating taking out another 2 million ruble loan here. But alas, here we are. 8 million rubles in debt. And counting. And freaking counting. But that's okay. That is completely fine. Right, so, one last thing that I want to do. Actually, technically 2, but that's okay. Right, we need to do the delivery of gravel, right? So the delivery of gravel is done by which distribution office? This distribution office. This distribution office right here. So it does gravel transport. Cool. Cool. Less than 90%. Very, very happy with that. Let's get this distribution office to deliver to here. Excellent. Less than 80%. Aggregate unloading. Load gravel. 80%, 90%, whatever, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna leave that over there like so. The other thing that I want to do is construct a brand new all-resource delivery office, right? A brand new all-resource delivery office, and we're gonna do that basically right next door, right? Fund that with rubles, and we're gonna fund that with rubles as well. So what this is gonna do is we are basically going to take all of the resources that we are currently buying in with dollars, and we are going to move all of those resources, I hope, cheaply to the construction... No, not the construction. The open storage yard over near Aluminov. Will it work? Will it be expensive? Yes. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. And is it best to do... Is it best to do this with just a single distribution office, or do we want to do this with 2 distribution offices? I say, no, not 2 distribution offices. We could do this with many distribution offices, actually. Okay, and then that over there. Okay, so let's transport steel on the back of... Not the back of dumpers. It's open hull for everything, right? Yeah, it's open hull with everything. Prefab panels, bricks, wood, steel. Cool. All right, let's buy 4. I think that actually 4 is going to be more than enough. So, storage percent is less than... Storage percent is above 0. Storage percent is less than 50. Yep, less than 50. We want to do steel, prefab panels, bricks, boards. And then we want to make sure that this is limited. We want to make sure that we don't store aluminium, because we're not going to need it. We're not going to need woods. We're not going to need uranium oxides. And that should be completely fine. I think that should work. We may need to split this into its component distribution offices. So we may need to have a distribution office just for steel, just for prefab panels, just for bricks, just for boards, etc. But I think for now, it's probably fine. So if we head over to this building and unpause, we're probably going to be able to see that these Maz trucks are going to spring into action. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Speaking of, very, very briefly, of prefab panels, are we able to start work here? No, we're still working on the dry bulk storage. And we're just waiting for 172 tons of concrete to be delivered. Do we have any concrete trucks over here? I legitimately do not think that we have a... In fact, no, we do. We have 2 concrete trucks, and that's nowhere near enough. Okay, let's see if we can try and help a little bit. We can't. We don't have any concrete trucks spare. We do have a couple of concrete trucks spare. Cool. Where is the building that I'm looking for? There we go. Okay, so if we assign this construction office to help, we should hopefully see the 2 concrete trucks spring into action. Okay, so the long and the short of this is we're going to end up paying quite a lot of money. Quite a lot of money in dollar value to see all of these resources get transported from one side of the map to the other. But it's going to be done automatically. And then basically from there, we should just be able to... We should just be able to use this as like a local construction depot, and we should be able to draw all of our resources from this open storage in order to build all of these things in Alumon. Yeah, that's right, in Alumon. I said it. Everything needs to be connected, obviously, but that can be done. That can be done in time, and there's going to be a whole bunch of other infrastructure that ends up going in here in the future. But for now, the fact that we've got all of the basic aluminium infrastructure in place, we've turned this... It's weird. We've turned this entire... Oh my lordy, this is incredible. We'll deal with this next time. Yeah, the fact that this is all up and running, and Aluminov is now in a functional place where absolutely everything is working. The citizens can expect to hopefully have jobs in the next episode, and you know, people are getting educated, people are sending their kids off to kindergarten, and people are able to buy groceries at the shop. What more could you wish for? Ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. As ever, thanks to fantastic support over on the Patreon, patreon.com/OpenPotato. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.